Is it possible to build a long travel PreRunner without spending $100,000?
A PreRunner, I'm gonna spend $100,000, $200,000, $300,000.
I've spent the last year trying to find out, starting with my blown up 2002 Toyota Tundra, using limited tools, limited space, a limited budget,
dollar bills, y'all,
and even limited footwear. Today I'm going to show you the materials, the tools, and the lessons I learned building it. And of course, the big question, what did it actually cost? Now I'm starting to wish I didn't write that down. Materials. This is a place I lucked out. I had a lot of leftover steel from a job I did building rock sliders for my friend's 4Runner. I also had, from laying around in scrap, a lot of suspension parts from the Sequoia we bought earlier in the build to get an engine. Even though that Sequoia ended up having a blown engine. The big purchase for the suspension was rod ends with polyurethane bushings. I got some from a machine shop made to fit with energy suspension bushings for about $60. Paint, I had to purchase very little base coat, and I got a gallon of U-line clear coat for an unbelievably low price on Amazon, $80 for a gallon of high solids clear coat. I was also able to source some base coat from calling a friend and getting some leftovers from his project. For tools, we were back to the basics. 4.5-inch grinder, a chop saw. Thankfully, I stepped up my game about halfway through the build with a plasma cutter from Yes Welder, extremely inexpensive off of Amazon. And later on in the project, I actually picked up a Yes Welder DP200. Check out the coupon code if you're looking for a welder. I used the plasma cutter to cut shock tabs, overlay plates, and any other intricately shaped piece of plate work. Just for strength, and because I had access to it, I used a Lincoln TIG welder to lay some 200 amp root pass welds on the control arm. Final pass on everything was done with the Yes Welder MIG welder. The fiberglass body. I had my eye on a McNeil Racing Tundra conversion kit.
I like that.
That takes my 2002 and makes it look like a 2020 style. Good fortune struck again, and I found one on Marketplace for $500. After some serious lowballing and convincing a friend to go pick it up for me, I scored it for $300. Install was fairly extensive. I had to build a tilt front end frame for the hood, and I had to cut the bed sides off at the spot welds to fit the new ones. The coilovers. You want to build a long travel. Traditionally, this is the most expensive single part of any PreRunner build, but we didn't have $10,000 to $20,000 to spend on a single part. So I found FOA Shock based in Las Vegas, contacted them. The owner was kind enough to give me a small discount, and we got the parts coming. These are fully rebuildable, parts available. You can shim them, you can change all sorts of stuff on them. So they seem like the right option on a budget. After several spring changes to get the spring rate right, we got them together. Always double check your math, people. The wheels. Any proper truck needs a proper set of wheels, and a PreRunner needs some bead locks. So I hunted around, I found Rocktrix wheels. I was so impressed with the quality of wheel for the price, I reached out to Rocktrix, and they offered me a coupon code for any of you looking to find a good set of wheels at a good price. Check the coupon code below. During the suspension install, we decided to upgrade or change out several other parts. We did all new tie rods, all new ball joints because we didn't have uniball money, and all new brakes in the front end. We also eliminated the ABS just to simplify the system. Manual Willwood proportioning valve was also added, all to try to get this truck simple and effective. Don't leave yet. We are so close to showing you the final price of the budget PreRunner build, but if you remember this from the beginning, starting with my blown up 2002 Toyota Tundra, we've got one more thing to talk about. The engine. I hunted everywhere, but it seemed that even on Marketplace, a used 2UZ 4.7 liter V8 goes for $1,500 to $2,500. So I found a short block at a junkyard for $400 and rebuilt it using the top end off of my Tundra's engine. While I was at it, I decided to free up some horsepower, getting rid of the log style manifolds and replacing them with some stainless headers. I also freed up some more exhaust with a Flowmaster. All in, my refreshed junkyard engine cost me
$1 million.
No, not that. It cost me $1,000. Although it seems unbelievable, I only have $4,250 in this build. Now, is it a $100,000 pre-runner? No. Is it a super, 30-inch long travel in the back, 24-inch long travel in the front? No. But do I get to have a lot of fun saving a lot of money? Yes. This is just phase one of the build, and I fully intend to possibly do an actual motor swap. I've kind of hinted towards that in other videos. We need to do links in the rear and have coilover set up back there and do some serious work with that. And this thing needs a roll cage and an engine cage so we can get more travel out of the front. Right now, the aprons are a big hindrance to travel. We just don't have room for the coilovers to mount further inboard, and we don't have room for the tires to come up too far. So right now we're kind of hindered with that. If you look at my suspension videos, the coilovers are moving, but we're only really using the bottom half of the travel. There's a lot more room in there. Math-wise, if the ball joints would allow it, which they won't, we're gonna have to go upper uniballs and build new control arms for the top, but that literally could be done in one day. And spindles. And then if we could move those coilovers up and inboard, we could push this thing to roughly 19 to 20 inches of travel. Trophy truck? No. $100,000 pre-runner? No. A lot of fun? Yes.